Today's Sunday, November 30th. This is the 1976 Cadillac Eldorado fully restored antenna for my friend John Werner in Florida. Okay, this is a one-year only design, very similar to the 73 through 75s, but it is a one-year only limiting based antenna, meaning it has the limiter based feature, which we'll be demonstrating here in a moment. Okay, so we'll go ahead and apply power. And there is the limiting base feature where we rise approximately 10 to 12 inches. And now we do a retraction, and the unit self-parks. Limiting extension again. Now we'll do a full extension. And there we have the full 36 inches. Okay, and now we'll do a complete retraction. And the unit self-parks. Okay, so this is the 1976 Cadillac Eldorado power antenna for my friend John. This is a full level 10 restoration where the unit was completely disassembled, fully restored. It was actually totally covered in undercoating, which I'm going to take a moment to talk about the undercoating and how detrimental that can be to these power antennas, because the power antennas have 3 weep holes, 2 weep holes at the bottom of the tubular body, which drains any water that may enter in through the telescopic antenna mast, and another 2 other weep holes down here at the bottom for any water that may go into the motor so that it weeps out. Okay, and when these power antennas were undercoated back in the day, and that very nasty undercoating goes everywhere, it plugs up the weep holes, water gets inside, even from a garaged show quality car that is washed from time to time. Water will always go into the antennas. That's just the nature of the design, because they're not watertight, obviously. So if you're washing your car, water will go in, and it'll cause corrosion and seizing up of the motor, requiring the motor to be rebuilt and rewound, which I do, of course. So that's something to be aware of, in that it's a very, very unsightly and nasty appearance, as well as detrimental to the performance when these power antennas were covered over with undercoating as they plug up the weep holes. So this is George in Florida. I have over 75,000 original vintage items for the Eldorados from 1967 through 1978. I have over 375,000 items from 1959 to 1976 Cadillac overall. I'm best known for my restoration of the Cadillac steering wheels, the tilt and telescopic steering columns, the power seat mechanisms, the instrument clusters, and other critical hard-to-source original vintage Cadillac items, including these power antennas from 1957 all the way through 1978, as well as the AM/FM Delco original vintage stereo radios with either signal seeking function or 8-track, which I augment with Bluetooth functionality, as well as the original 10 ohm impedance speakers for both the rear and the front dash, because back in the day for high fidelity AM/FM Delco stereo radios we had 10 ohm impedance, unlike modern 4 ohm impedance, which can burn up a radio very often. One other thing to be aware of is these original power antennas from 1973 through 1976, in addition to the limiter feature, were energized through the radio. So you turn on the radio and that activates the limiting function, rising the antenna approximately 10 to 12 inches. Okay, that's a 73 through 76 specific feature. And as I said, the 73 through 76 antennas are very similar, but the 76 is a one-year only specific design where the parts are not interchangeable, although they appear to be similar through 73 through 76. Okay, today is Sunday, November 30th. This is George in Florida. Thank you very kindly.